felt so embarrassed that he could kick me to the ground in front of people. And more embarrassing, I didn't know what to do about it. He's howling like an animal while holding the dog out of the window. Everyone just froze.
Well, day after day of revolting revelations in court isn't making either Johnny Depp or Amber Heard any more popular. They're certainly getting a lot of attention they craved for their toxic relationship. Tommy, I just don't know what to make of this case, other than I seem to have spent half my life listening to these two in courtrooms, slagging each other off and making vile accusations about each other. I don't know who to believe. I don't know how much of it is true. They're two actors. What do you think?
Well, you nailed it. We've got two actors, so we're going to get a performance of a lifetime, probably from both of them. But I got to tell you this, it makes sense to me that Amber Heard is of Aquaman fame because everything is seeming a little fishy here. But I'll tell you, Piers, what really bothers me most about all of this is that we learned this week that the ACLU, they were actually the ones that drafted the op-ed for the Washington Post in the first place, and they wanted to time the release of the op-ed to the Aquaman press tour. So all of this seems fishy. All of this seems very performative here. I'm sure that they had a very toxic relationship, but in the court of public opinion, I would say Amber Heard is not making out too well.
To me, this trial is so, this case is so not entertainment for me. And what I worry about is it's going to damage, you know, future men or women coming forward and making their own claims, or the justice system having doubt or not believing. Because at the end of the day, you know, we can't get away from the fact that 2 women get killed every week in this country by their former partner or their current partner, as opposed to 12 men a year. So I have to kind of remind myself that I'm glad that people are aware of the situation, which is an epidemic of domestic violence and coercive control and any form of abuse. But I also think that to look at this case as entertainment is damaging.
Theatrics of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard took another dramatic turn today as Depp's former lover, Kate Moss, the supermodel, gave evidence from her home in Gloucestershire. She made a very brief appearance, specifically to testify that she was never pushed down the stairs by Depp, contrary to rumours resurfaced by Amber Heard in the case 2 weeks ago.
I just, in my head, instantly think of Kate Moss and the stairs, and I swung at him.
Did Mr. Depp push you in any way down the stairs?
No.
During the course of your relationship, did he ever push you down any stairs?
No, he never pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs.
And as far as Amber Heard saying that she had been tossed down flights of stairs or beaten up by Johnny Depp or anything like that, I don't believe it for one New York City second. I mean, look what happened between the two of them. She severed his fingertip off.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I've got to say, Janice, I've watched the whole thing from time to time, the clips and so on, with just increasing kind of revulsion, really. It's like the worst dirty linen ever washed, isn't it?
Don't you feel dirty watching this trial? I mean, I have been watching it like this, but I'm planted to it at night.
I do find that the jury's verdict is unanimous. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your service in this case. I want to thank you again for your dedication and your hard work during this trial. And I know I speak for everybody here when I tell you that we appreciate your sacrifices and your time and your public service in this matter.
OK, well, complete slam-dunk victory for Johnny Depp in that defamation case against his ex-wife, Amber Heard. A disaster for Amber Heard because Johnny Depp has not only won on every count of this case, improved the defamation was done against him by his ex-wife, but he's been awarded a total of $15 million, including $5 million in punitive damages. So this is a wipeout for Amber Heard. It's a complete vindication for Johnny Depp. Right, let me just read you. There's a statement here from Amber Heard, which I'm going to read in full and get your reaction to it. The disappointment I feel today, she says, is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still wasn't enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence and sway of my ex-husband. I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women. It's a setback. It sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. It sets back the idea that violence against women is to be taken seriously. I believe Johnny's attorney succeeded in getting the jury to overlook the key issue of freedom of speech and ignore evidence that was so conclusive that we won in the UK. I'm sad I lost this case, but I'm sadder still that I seem to have lost the right I thought I was an American to speak freely and openly. Now, Tommy Lehman, I would say No one's damaged her free speech. She was allowed to speak freely and openly, but the jury concluded that what she was saying was a lie, and not just a lie, but a deliberate, malicious lie designed to destroy her husband. And that's why they found against her, and that's why they've awarded him so much money.
She should be ashamed of herself, and we'll see if she can make a comeback, but I don't think so. You can't go after people. You can't cancel them for no reason. This is a big victory for Johnny Depp and the war against cancel culture.
I mean, the other thing about this... I was going to say, Sharon, the other thing about this is that, you know, for Amber Heard, she's an actress, but I don't think she's going to get any work after this, is she? Because the jury actually concluded that she acted with malice. In other words, that she has deliberately lied here about him to damage him.
Listen, she's lied. She was in the court in England and she lied under oath in England when she said that she'd given her $7 million to charity and she hadn't. Yeah. And Elon Musk had made a donation under her name of a pittance of what it should have been. So she lied under oath. Yeah. So that wasn't looking good for her. And the thing is, no, I don't think that any big film studio will touch her right now.
Well, Johnny Depp won $10 million in his defamation trial with ex-wife Amber Heard. He spent a large chunk of it celebrating with a curry in Birmingham, reportedly racking up an incredible bill of £50,000. Well, I'm joined now by the owner of Varanasi restaurant, Mohammed Hussain. Well, good evening to you. You don't look that cheerful, but if Johnny Depp had dropped 50 grand in my restaurant, I'd be thrilled.
Hi, good evening, Piers Morgan. Yeah, we were very excited to have Johnny Depp in our restaurant, but there are a lot of rumours going around at the moment in respect to how much he actually spent in the restaurant, and it's an unconfirmed amount because we haven't actually disclosed anything as of yet.
All I could say is I was in a situation one time where I got blamed for something that I didn't do. It cost me movie jobs for several years, and it caused me a bad reputation, and finally the truth came out, but the truth came out after I lost movies and I lost jobs, and so I felt bad for somebody that is trying to get chopped down by some gold digger, you know?
You think that's what she was?
Absolutely.
In the closing arguments, the Depp lawyers called your testimony the performance of a lifetime. What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
When I asked his lawyers, why do you think you won? And the answer I got was, because she never took responsibility for anything.
I have a lot of sympathy for Amber Heard. I agree with the couple's marriage counselor that they were both abusive to each other. And there's no question that she was vilified on social media. As she says, she had to go into court past blocks and blocks of Johnny Depp superfans holding up signs that she deserved to die. I mean, this was a horrific experience for her. She stands by her testimony. My concern for her is she going to get hit with a new defamation case because now she's out there calling him a liar?